I'm so excited because today we are in the Cardiovascular Simulation Center at Corewell Health. We're here with Dr. Madder, and Dr. Madder, this is home to you. Tell me what happens in this space.
We do a lot of medical education for our medical students, residents, and fellows here at Corewell, and we also do research in this space.
But you're doing something pretty spectacular with an arm like this. Mm-hmm. What is this all about?
Yeah, so this is a robotic system that is used to work on people's hearts, to open up blockages in their arteries of their hearts. We're also now doing different procedures with this robotic system in people's brains. And so we started that program about a year ago here at our hospital. But again, this has been in use now at our center for 9 years. So we've been doing cases in our cath lab on people using this robotic system to open up arteries.
You've seen how well this works and the lives that it can save. So you said, I want to go farther with this, and you started dreaming big. What are you working on right now?
Yeah, so for about the last decade, we've been working on trying to, adapt this system to be able to perform telerobotic interventions on people over long distances. And so the idea is that, if I can control this robotic arm in the same room as the patient, there's really no reason I couldn't control it from anywhere using, current internet technology. And so we've been developing the ability to do that over long distances where I could have those controls anywhere and actually work on a patient who's far away.
I hear you saying there's hope. If you're in a remote rural area and you have a heart attack, suddenly we have access to your expertise hundreds of miles away, if we can make this thing all come together.
That's the idea. And unfortunately right now in the United States, let alone a lot of places around the globe, where you live determines if you live. And also unfortunately the treatments that you get. And so there are a lot of rural communities in the United States that if you have a heart attack or stroke in those communities, your treatment is significantly different than what you would get at a large hospital like ours because they don't have the expertise to offer state-of-the-art, treatments, and we think we can reach those people with this robotic system.
What would you say to our next generation of people like you who are saying, I want to try something else, inspire us?
Yeah, when I started my career, I'd never in a million years thought I'd be doing telerobotics as, a big focus of my research career. And, I think I'd encourage younger generations just to have an open mind, and all of the technology that they see around them, that may be for social reasons or for gaming or other things, there are probably applications of those technologies to actually make people's lives better. And, I think that's something that I'd encourage them to pursue and maybe think outside the box on how to adapt those things to really help people.
Can you show me how this works?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first thing we do is we enable the robotic system, and as you can see here, the robot is controlled with 3 different joysticks and a number of touchscreen buttons. If I was actually using this on a patient, in front of us here would be a series of screens that would have the X-ray images that I'm looking at as I manipulate things. And there would be patient data on there like heart rate and blood pressure in real time to tell me that the patient's doing okay. But this joystick on the right controls the guide catheter, and so this allows us to push and pull the catheter in and out and torque it. So you can see it, as I manipulate that, the device moves and responds appropriately.
Is it super touchy?
Go ahead.
And I'm just turning it?
Well, push forward and backward and you'll see.
Oh,
so
wow.
the harder you push forward, the faster it'll move.
Compare this to what it's like to do this with your hands.
Well, one of the questions I get all the time from physicians who have not done this robotically is you lose that sense of tactile feedback. And so when I'm doing it with my hands, pushing things in and out, often I'll feel those forces on the catheter that tell me maybe it's time to slow things down. You lose that with this, but there have been enough cases now done in humans in the same room as the patient where that loss of tactile feedback does not seem to impact outcomes. That outcomes are still excellent.
You're incredibly precise here.
The precision is amazing. You can move your devices literally by a millimeter if you want, in millimeter increments if you want, by just touching these buttons. But this one controls the wire that we would drive down an artery through a blockage, and so you can see, if you pull the joystick back, it moves backwards. If you push it forward, it moves forward. And then you can make it spin or wiggle like that just by torquing the joystick. And so that's the functionality that we would use to get through a blockage in the heart or in the brain. And then this last joystick, once you've positioned your catheter in the artery, once you've moved your wire beyond the blockage, that wire serves as a rail over which you advance your balloon catheter, and this is the joystick that controls the balloon catheter. So you push it forward, you would advance it till you get to that spot where the blockage is, and once that balloon is positioned where the blockage is, someone at the bedside would inflate the balloon, and it would squish all that blockage out of the way. You deflate the balloon and you have an open artery. You know, our goal is to try to eliminate those geographic barriers that exist, you know, not just in the US, but around the world. And our hope is that we will get there. And we know right now, based on the preliminary research we've done, that the technology exists to do it. It's just figuring out how to safely deliver this type of care, and to have the community embrace it, I think also is something that we need to accomplish.
Well, on behalf of so many who will benefit from this in the future, I want to say thank you. Thank you for not giving up, for getting an idea, pushing it farther and farther, and pretty soon we're going to be doing this across the globe. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.